Hello guys, so I want to make this video because I saw this thing by Kai Guy. I'll just go to Denny's channel because Denny posted it, and that's not Denny. If you look at, like, here, where is it, community, this project right here, it's stupid because it's charging people $20 plus $10 a month permanently to basically say, hey, you need to improve it with your motivation. But I agree, motivation's a major part of it, but charging someone $20 for making someone improve at motivation and enjoyment is kind of absurd. Things like, and if you watch his video,
so here's the deal.
I'm not going to get copyrighted, but basically he says that to improve, it's not always about playing this game. And I agree, there is some mentality part of this game, but a lot of the mentality part of it revolves around not, like, it does revolve around playing. Enjoying levels that you wouldn't always like. Enjoying playing this game in general. And charging someone $20 to basically say, hey, you're bad at the game, you need to improve, is basically only going to diminish their... You're basically diminishing a player who does want to go pro in this game. Like, I feel like that's a goal for everyone. You know, they want to go pro. And obviously, you know, my channel, I mean, of course, I'm going for something. I'm doing stuff. But it's just, it's so absurd that you're going to charge people $20 for... Day one, motivation mastery. Well, how do you, I'll start the video by saying, how do you improve in motivation? The main thing with improving in motivation is setting short-term goals and taking these bites and chunks of levels that maybe you wouldn't always like, and sometimes it could feel like you're taking too long on a level, but you're not. That's the thing. Everyone's going to improve at their own rate. Someone could take, I mean, like, let me launch up GD real quick. If I go over to, like, Club Step, which was my first ever, I would say, actual demon, it took me 3.3k. And this is a real number. I haven't played Club Step that much. Maybe a few times, but, like, yeah, 3,357. All unknown, meaning that basically they were old. Point is, that I'm trying to say is, you can improve just by saying, hey, maybe I don't like Club Step, and maybe, hey, it's taking me longer than, you know, you watch an old YouTuber like, I don't know, I used to do this. I'd watch EVW, see how he improved, play the levels he was playing in order, and that's how I would, I guess, kind of play. The truth is you're not going to enjoy every level that EVW's played, or you're not going to enjoy every single level that another YouTuber has played. So the main thing I can tell you guys, at least in the motivation aspect, is if you don't enjoy a level like Club Step, it's fine. I mean, you're going to see that you're not always going to enjoy everything that you play, but think of this as a stepping stone to play a level that you do like. For example, let me just get to my completed medium demons. Let's go to Hell. I love Hell. Like, let's say I really want to beat this level. Well, of course, I couldn't just immediately jump to it. I could, if I had the mentality and the strength to do it, and the time, but I agree to some extent that, you know, motivation is a big part of this game, but it's like, there's also an element of charging $20 to basically say, hey, you need to improve your motivation. It's absurd. But, like, okay. Anyway, you get the point. There's definitely levels that you're not going to like. For example, Necropolis. Necropolis, I absolutely despised. I gave it a 0. But the thing is this level greatly helped me improve at timings. Obviously. So charging someone $20 basically to say, hey, look, you got to improve your mental is absurd. Alright, let's go to the next thing. Enjoyment. First off, if you're really not enjoying a level, don't play it. You don't always have to play this game or play a level that you're always enjoying. For example, I am constantly altering between playing levels that I actually need to play, like Optic Daydream, and I'm just playing other levels. Like I did a practice run through Mystic Bounds. I've been playing some of ship challenges. I mean, charging $7 for basically saying, hey, enjoy levels that you're playing is absurd. Now, I will admit, once it loads, I will admit, I will say that it's not as bad as some people are making it out to be. $20 for a new player to kind of give them these tips is fine, but it's just there's so many free resources, and my goal of this video is to give a free resource on how to improve at GD without, spending $20. Another thing, there's many tools like GDP, ignore that. Many tools like GDP where once you get to a point where you can start doing easy demons, they have this thing called recommendations. Recommendations will recommend you levels that you absolutely despise and absolutely love. Pretty much every single level I've been doing for the past few months have all been recommendations. Apart from Reverence, OPSM1, that's about it. Those are the two. And then like some extremes like Incipient, just because I wanted to do an extreme. Now, there's also tools such as GDSR, ship challenges, GDSR ship, and Cabbage Community, which are all really good resources. They're all challenges. So, for example, if I go to like this level, you'll see it's just little challenges you can do. And they're not too hard, especially at beginner levels, like pretty much anyone could do them. But I will say that enjoyment is a big part of this game, and not enjoying something is not always gonna, you're not always gonna enjoy everything that you play, I guess. Now, let me just do this real quick because you can see. But anyway, it's not too bad. The challenges are pretty easy. I would strongly recommend doing them. Even as a new player who's doing easy demons, there's definitely some challenges, like, a few of these beginning ones that are just, anyone can do them. Hold on, let me copy this. Hello? Excuse me, hold on. Like this, for example. And, you can see. They're very easy. And pretty much anyone could do that, even at an easy demon level. Now, I will say, let's go on to the next thing. Top player mindset. I'm not a top player, so I won't fully give my opinion on this, but a top player mindset is pretty much just looking at a level and saying, I can do that. For example, if I'm looking at, let's just say GDP, and I'm like, man, I really want to go for something hard. Instead of looking at like just Platinum and Sapphire and saying, or even Jade, saying like, maybe I could do some of these, maybe I could do some of these. Feel free to look at like Ruby. Like, man, I really want to do, Shutdown, for example. Well, you can do Shutdown. And especially if it's a level that you really want to do. Like, OPSM1 was a jump about 100 spaces on all-rated demons list, which isn't 100% accurate. But just basically looking at this level and saying, I can't do it, is such a false mindset. And, like, yeah, you absolutely could do this, even as a new player. It's just about the time and the grind set. And, I don't know. I just have such a argumentative opinion on... A top player mindset is just basically looking at a level and saying, I could do that, rather than looking at a hard level and saying, I'm never going to be able to do that. Or, for example, me looking at Tidal Wave and saying, I can never do that. I know one day, once I improve to the point where I feel like I'm comfortable with beating that level in an amount of time that I'm not going to ever get frustrated with. And also, I'm never looking at levels and seeing them as impossible, or seeing them as something that I just could never do. Like, I absolutely could beat the hardest level in the game, or verify the hardest level in the game. That's the mentality I have. Now, a lot of people that this is, I'm going to use the word preying on, is you're basically just saying, hey, you think you're bad at the game, you think you can do nothing, so here's basically this pro player telling you, hey, look, you can do everything. That's not true. That's completely false. As a new player who just beat Stereo Madness, you could beat Slaughterhouse if you really wanted to, but the amount of time and the skills needed, you would have to learn specifically through one level, and also you would get more comfortable with the click pattern rather than the, I guess, like learning the game modes. So that's why I strongly recommend something like GDP, which teaches you all the game modes rather than, trying to jump design. Now, I'm not saying jumps are a bad thing. Absolutely not. Jumps are a great thing if you really enjoy a hard level and you really think you can do it, if you put the time and you're going to enjoy it throughout the entire experience, I would strongly recommend it. Now, as for top player tactics, in terms of practicing, there's two main methods. Either you can go look at it, we'll just do we'll do recent. We'll just find completed. I'll just we'll do a practice run through this level. Okay. Difficulty 3, but it's medium even. I'm looking at this level and I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna just do a practice run. And then, anyway, you get the point. You'd play through the entire practice run, and then what you would do is either you would, if there is no copyable with start positions, then you would basically just slowly backtrack your checkpoints until you get to about 30 to 40%, and you've done 30 or 40 to 100. Now, you could also, the other way that some of my friends have been doing it, one of my friends who's currently working on his first hard demon, he likes learning the entire level just on a very basic level and then picking out parts kind of backwards to play. So kind of learning it generally so that when he goes back, it's not like learning something completely new. It's like learning something that you kind of already know. It's like you already know, in music, you know how to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, of course, you're going to be a little bit better at playing a new instrument. So basically, just do a practice run, see how you enjoy the level, just doing a practice run, make sure there's no bugs or anything major that could cause you to either have to fix the level or not play it at all if you don't have something like Mega Hack where you can use level edit. Now, another thing is, on tactics-wise, whenever you're learning back to front, if you're struggling with something, don't be afraid. For example, if you do, let's say, 80 to 100, okay, and you now go back to 74 to 100, but now you're struggling at 80 to 85, don't be afraid to go back to 80 and relearn 80 to 100. Another thing, when it comes to practicing levels and the tactics used when practicing a level, personally, for me, I enjoy learning a specific part. For some of you, it might just be playing in practice until you learn the level. Some of you, it might be kind of Zeronium's method, where he learns the entire level, like what my friend does. There's so many top layer tactics that we use. Also, another thing is not being afraid to change your click pattern and be used to changing your click pattern. If, for example, you're doing a ship and you usually click 4 times, but then all of a sudden you try it 5 times and you realize it's easier for you, don't be afraid to switch your click pattern. Now let's talk about persistence. Persistence is another big thing in this game. But the main thing for persistence is just having a goal on a level that you want to be. For example, I have a goal of beating Rash. I have a goal of beating Goner. I have a goal of beating nothing really in Emerald, but I enjoy some of those levels. Like Black Wizard, Nelv, Tartarus, Hallucination, Fragile, Coretta, Wazaretta. Those are all levels that I want to do that are hard. And I think that's the main thing with persistence, is just setting these long-term goals where you're not thinking, oh, I should go for Wazaretta right now. You're thinking, I should go for Waza one day, and you want to keep playing and grinding these other levels to get up to the point where you feel comfortable playing Waziretta. Because the truth is yes, you absolutely could jump to Waziretta from, ACU. But the thing is you probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as if you learned how to, click fast, just learning how to click fast is an important skill rather than trying to learn that from one level to easier levels that give you the same fast click patterns and just help you improve. Now, relaxation is something that just comes with playing. That's the truth. There is no relaxation or nerve control from just not playing. I mean, you can work on your nerve control, in real life, working on stress management, but that's not really for this game. I mean, obviously there's certain things like anger issues and like frustration in just general life that can affect GD, but those are things that you can work on that don't even relate to GD. Now, modification mastery is what I kind of talked about. Being able to modify your click patterns, being able to modify how you play the game really quickly is very important. I will say, this is basically you're spending $20 and $10 a month, which I think a lot of people don't even think they realize, because future payments, a monthly payment of $10, to basically be part of a community, a Discord, which you can go literally anywhere. You could go to the Geometry Dash official Discord, the GDP, you have to pay for that, so I'm kind of against that, even though I'm a part of the GDP. But you could pay to get into GDP, general Discord. There's Doggies Discord, there's YouTubers Discord. You can meet multiple people. I mean, you can meet, let me just pull up my Discords. Discord, let me just pull up some of mine. So, ignore some of these. But if I scroll down, for example, and I look at some of these, I have Geometry Dash 3D, all rated demons list, not list worthy, hard demon, shitty challenge list, fun challenge list, personal Discord with some of my friends, one of my friends' Discord, GDP, stuff like this. Like, you can see. Wolves Discord, demon list. There's so many places where you can meet people and have communication to try to improve at this game, apart from, or communicate with people, meet friends and stuff like that, or even try to, some of my friends that I've met through this game have been just through GDP's server or through other servers. And my argument that I have against this is mostly the fact that they're charging money to tell you things that you as a customer could already learn. It's like if they marketed this as for new players, I'd be totally for it. But the issue is they're marketing it as, hey, are you bad at Geometry Dash? Look at the first 5 seconds.
You suck at Geometry Dash because you have no idea how to improve.
But that's completely false. The issue is you don't know how to improve because you don't have the resources available. I will argue so much on how stupid it is that they're charging $20 for this. Game mode mastery. I mean, learn game modes. You gotta play to learn game modes. You can't learn that. You can learn what they do and then, improve. But the truth is you're not going to learn from watching Picasso paint a painting. You're going to learn from trying to paint enough times until you're at the point where you feel like you're at Picasso's level. You never say, watch, every single artist ever paint and then say, yeah, I'm a better artist than Picasso. No, you have to play the game to improve to one of the best, top Geometry Dash level or top Geometry Dash players level. Another stupid thing, live YouTube coaching. You're literally paying $20 to get coached by a YouTuber to tell you things that you should already know. Now, if you want to spend $20 to go talk to Doggy or go talk to Kai Guy or go talk to Denny, go for it. Whatever. Just how they're marketing this is in such a terrible way that it's basically saying, you suck at Geometry Dash. We can help you improve if you pay us $20 and then $10 a month after. And the 14-day refund. Okay, I'm glad they're doing that. That is a positive, at least. They're allowing people to refund after. Good news. But it's just, there's so many stupid things that, I will agree, just All of these, stupid. All of these, really stupid. Even this, stupid. Now, if you want to talk about an exclusive community app, that's fine. Paying money for a community, I'm against it because there's free resources, but fine. If you want to do that, go for it. 14-day refund, great. Zero risk, glad you can refund it if you don't like it. Even they're putting a sale. Now, how real the sale is it going to last, a month later, it might be down to $30 instead of, $50. But I hate how they're marketing this and how they're basically saying, you suck, the only way to improve is by listening to the best, and instead of the best, or, sorry, let me rephrase that. Of course, listening to the best is going to help you improve. But now, why are the best players not giving these resources for free? Why charge someone to give you these resources? If you want to say, well, I want to make money. Okay. Issue is, it's such a immoral thing to try to make money off of. It's like, I get it to some extent. It's a perfect example is I'm currently doing something called Try Hack Me, which is about cybersecurity, which is something that I'm interested in. But the thing is, I'm okay with paying for it because I know I'm going to pay for it. And there's plenty of resources of cybersecurity, classes for free on YouTube. Like, I bet you I can find a video right now. There you go. Like, you can find many classes to do it for free. So if you want to argue that, you don't have to pay for it, it's just the way they're marketing it. They're preying on, like, with cybersecurity, Try Hack Me, you have to be at least 18 to purchase your own. You have to understand it. With this, you're basically preying on children who think they're bad at the game because their hardest is an easy demon, and they get really frustrated with this game really quickly, and, there's certain things such as, mindset and tactics on how to practice levels that should be given to you from the very start. And my goal with this video, I'm not going to make any money off it. I'm not a monetized channel. My goal is just to help you guys understand that this is stupid. Now, if you want to pay for it, that's fine. Just telling someone you don't improve. Also, another thing that they say in the video is you don't improve by playing. You improve by playing. There's other factors, but the main core around everything is you don't learn how to play football. You learn how to play football, and then you play football to improve. You don't, only play football without learning how to play football. Or you don't only learn and never play football and say you're the best. It's just like, you gotta focus, you gotta learn the basics, you gotta learn how to set your mindset into, I can do anything. You can basically trick your mind into thinking something's easier than it actually is. Or, for example, me going for Optic Daydream, that level, to me, sometimes feels like the hardest thing ever, but other times feels really easy. But I'm tricking my brain and saying, it's easier. It's just an insane demon. It's not, or even, it's a hard level, but, I can do it. You're basically saying, I can do it, rather than, oh, I can never do it, it's too hard, I've tried to do it, I've put 3,000 attempts into practice, I've only done 85 to 100. That shouldn't be your mentality. Instead, say, I've done 85 to 100 in 3K attempts. That means that another 15% of the level, doing 70 to 100, would take me 6K. And then slowly you start to backtrack, and then look, 0 to 100, you get done in 20K attempts for a new hardest or for a level that you find really difficult. Just setting your mentality onto slow bits and pieces. Nothing you're ever going to do is going to be done right at that very moment. Instead, it's going to be done through slow increments. And I think that's what this entire course basically tells you is, hey, learn in slow increments and improve your mental. Try to improve to the point where, you can look at a level, say, hey, I can do that, and you don't get frustrated because eventually you're going to do it. Charging someone $20 to say that sentence is so absurd. And also charging them $10 a month to stay in a community, to talk to other people with really messed up mindsets, terrible idea. No offense to anyone buying this, but you're surrounding yourself with people who think that they're bad at the game. Surround yourself with people who don't have an ego, not saying I'm better than you, but think I could do that. Or me look at a level and say I could do that. Now, am I saying that I'm better than you? Am I saying that you could never do that? Or am I asking you what your hardest level is? Like, oh, what's your hardest? Mine's OPS M1. No, that doesn't matter. Because the truth is, someone that could be in arguably worse than you at the game can't, or I shouldn't say worse. Someone who you believe doesn't have the skills as you in certain elements could have a harder level than you just because they have a better mental. So, yes, having a good mindset is very important. But also, playing the game is just as important. And charging someone $20 to basically say, hey, you're bad at the game, you need to improve by watching these courses and then telling them, look, this is how you improve, is stupid. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to upload this now. This is about a 26-minute rant, but I hope this improves you guys at the game. I wish you all the best. I hope you surpass me in skill. I hope you don't spend $20 learning resources that are already available for you. I hope, you can just realize that, hey, I really want to, right now at this very moment, I want to go for Black Blizzard, and then in a month's time, you beat it. Your hardest might be Accu, and I guarantee you, if you put your mind to it, you absolutely could do Black Blizzard. But telling someone you can't or you suck because you don't know how to get the resources is just basically saying, hey, you have a really bad mentality and give us $30 to fix your mentality. Stupid. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you all in the next video.